If you are too busy with your real life but your main hobby is playing a game, of course you can do those things together, but you need to find the right game's genre, which is an idle game RPG. It will help you to not always stay in front of the screen, and you can manage and control the gameplay sometimes. Remember to like this video and please enjoy the video of Top 12 Best Idle Games RPG Android 2026 Autoplay Game and AFK Game. You guys can support this channel by sending a super thanks, and our team will appreciate that. Heaven Hell's Anime Squad RPG. This game is one of the most promising gacha game on this list. It has everything you need that has a perfect combination things at once. The graphic is outstanding, the character design is pretty with all of the main characters are female and very good looking. The animation skill is top tier, even you can enjoy the storyline that comes together with the special cutscenes. Surprisingly, it's so smooth, and as you can see, I never find any single laggy on it. The gameplay is pretty simple. It's one of the best idle RPG games on mobile. The auto icon, skill, and speed up features are available to use. In the game, we just need to be concerned about the element's effect. Attacking the enemy with an advantageous element, then it will deal an extra additional damage. For the newbie player, will get a free SSR hero or a legendary hero. It's come for the first full gacha. Absolutely 10 to 10 RPG idle game 2026. Taimanin Squad. Does anyone notice about this game? It was a different game's genre, but right now they make a new series by switching the genre into an idle gacha base. But for me, it's becoming way more interesting than the previous version. The graphics have been enhanced, even the character models look so charming. I know you will think the same as me. It has a turn-based system, but we can make it become idle by tapping the auto button. There is two main things that everyone should know and understand. The first one is about the element advantage: fire, water, leaf, and dark. Each of the elements will have their own correspondent. The second one is bond skill. It will deal extra damage by making a chain combo attack to the enemy. It's only available once your gauge meta reach 100%. It's pretty important to release it at the right time, especially when you face the last wave, then the enemy will become way stronger. Trust me, you will love to see the hero's design. It looks so magnificent with nice cosmetic skin. New RPG Gacha 2026, Android and iOS. Dragon Traveler. If you have a low-end pawn, then this will be the best one to play all day long, even if it does not make your pawn hitter. And I'm sure you can play it smoothly even if you set the graphic on the highest setting. The game will run amazingly with a great visual, and I'm sure you will love the character design. Especially if you are a waifu, then you will get a really interesting object. Okay, let's get back to the gameplay. It has an auto attack base. All of the heroes will do an auto target to the closest enemy, but we can aim the skill to a certain enemy that you are focusing on. The most important thing we should do is make a perfect strategy or formation. So there are 3 lanes: front line, mid lane, and also back lane. Once we place the right hero on the right position, then the combat will run so easily. Anyway, it's a free-to-play player friendly because we will have a free diamonds by completing the achievement through a daily mission. 7 Knocks Rebirth. No one can stand against it. Seriously, it's super good and dope. I never miss any single day to play it. It's because the game can be played casually. Everything can be done by an auto. But there is one feature that really hooked me and really give a huge advantage to the free-to-play player, which is an AFK mode. So we can grind in AFK and we'll get a free diamond. So we just let the game play by itself to collect some diamonds, even when you are not in online. Can you imagine? This is very innovative. Honestly, I never do any top up since I play it. But I have more than 10 legendary characters. I would be honest, 7 Knocks Rebirth is the best no pay to win RPG game gacha on mobile. The visual is superb with great animation look. The ultimate skill will take about 15 seconds with a high quality attention to details. Does anyone play 7 Knocks Rebirth? Oussie Rewrite. I know this game is not released globally yet, but at least we should know and anticipate it because most of the games that came from Japan are always launched on global. They always release the game in their region first to make sure everything is ready before they release it globally. So we just need to wait and let them optimize the game. Honestly, this thing is a really good game with a very interesting visual. I noticed they try to make a fun ambience by making color brighter, even the arena looks so shiny, and I love this ambience. As usual, Japanese games are always focusing on the storyline, that's why it has a lot of dialogue and long conversation. I really hope they will add a voiceover. The game's combat mechanism is fully an auto, but you can speed up the game by skipping the skill animation. absolutely the best new gacha game idle RPG 2026. War of Genesis, Idle Heroes. Everyone should play it and know how interesting this game is. It's pretty good idle game where you only need to improve the hero status as your main concern, because all of the action will be done by itself. The skill showcase, the enemy's target and the movement will not play crucial. We just need to be more focusing on the skill crafting, equipment crafting, and also transforming a different kind of main hero based on their rarity or grade. In combat, the hero will unleash the ultimate skill randomly. I tried to figure out the gauge meter or the cooldown time, but I didn't see the result at all. I love to see the skill animation. It's so good with a great special cutscenes. You guys can support this channel by sending a super thanks, and our team will appreciate that. Turnbased. This game made by WebZen developer, which is a company who's always making a game with a nice hero's design appearance. Unfortunately, they should try to describe how the hero's characteristic through the voiceover. I really hope they will add it so we can easily know how is the role habit on each hero, because it has so many storyline and dialogue frequently just before we start the combat or after the combat end. The gameplay mechanism is quite simple because the team only has one gauge meter for every hero. So we need to decide which hero should release the skill first, but I think the game's level is quite easy, especially on the earliest game. So we just need to let the game finish by an auto, and of course release the skill whenever it's ready, unless if you are facing the boss, then the strategy will play crucial. Best RPG idle games 2026. Chasing Kaleido Rider. This game just come with a very unique concept, and I love to see any developer who's always try to represent a new game experience to the player. Can you all imagine how it's look? So the hero will have their own motorbike as their main vehicle, but it not just for a cosmetic only, because the motorbike will give an extra status power to the main character. I love how every character has a different primary color that represent their main element's power. The game's combat mechanism is super simple, and I'm sure everyone can understand so easily. In combat, all of the hero will do an auto attack, so we can't lock the target as we wish with the basic attack. But surely the skill can be aiming into a certain enemies. The energy will recharge over time. Each for the hero skill. It has a frequent update. It's more than 2 times already, and I see huge progress by the skill visual and graphic look. By the way, all of the main characters are female with a very cute voiceover and attractive appearance. Far Cry Hard. This is a new autoplay game Android 2026 that seems pretty fresh right now. It's because the game just released a few moments ago. It's made by Japanese games developer, that's why the main voiceover will deliver through a Japanese. But it has an English version as well, so everyone should be understand. If you all love to see a chibi character design, yes, this game will fit on you. All of the hero has a cute look, with his head is bigger than his body, making the character look so fun to see. While the other gacha game nowadays are focusing with a female hero, but this game are represent a different gender, which are all of the heroes are male. The gameplay is super simple. Every single energy will recharge continuously. The energy will recharge so fast, like we need to wait for 5 or 6 seconds. Then the player releases the skill, but honestly the gacha rate is not quite interesting at all, even they didn't give the high quality hero. Star Sailors. This game is unbelievable. I never imagined having a game that looks so good, especially an anime turn-based one, except Honkai Star Rail. I am sure everyone know that game from Hoyo first, but this game suddenly come with a very good level and high quality visual. Surprisingly, the developer did a good job on optimizing the game. That's why it runs so smooth on any level of devices. You can try it on low-end phone and set it on 60 FPS, then you will be so happy to sing it. Actually, it's not as simple as the other idle game, because we can make a chain combo, break the enemy's defense, and do an extra move to kill the enemy. But anyway, the boss level is pretty difficult, so we need to maintain the strongest skill we have and aim it to the boss. The game size is pretty affordable. What a game! Best idle RPG 2026 game. Resonant Solstice. After waiting for more than several years, finally it launched globally. What a beautiful game that crafted amazingly. Look at how the game has a great combination of 3D visual and also an anime art style. While the ambience and atmosphere look so realistic, but all of the characters represent a chibi anime style. What a great combination they actually made. It has a very unique concept where the player can navigate the train to reach a different location or arena. Along the rail, we will find some monster respawning randomly, and we can touch which monster will become of our enemy. In combat, play it in auto action, so we don't have to think about the strategy. Idle mode will kill all of the enemies easily. Basically, it has a card-based concept, so the player will pick which skill card will use to deal the enemy. Each of the skill will deal a different number. So we need to be more wise while we face the boss at the last wave. Best Idle Game RPG 2026. Higen Rut. Does anyone remember it? It suddenly appeared on mobile, but right now the game has a different genre and it's more idle, and for me it's one of the best new idle RPG on mobile right now. Seriously, it's really promising as a new idle game. I think it's really good for every player who's want to get an amazing 3D anime graphic. Even the skill showcase will blow your mind. It's just magnificent with a high attention to details. I would love to play it once it releases globally. These all are the best new idle Android 2026. Surely with the best gacha game RPG on mobile 2026. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks.